Star Trek Prodigy, Season 1, Episode 18 Review. Dun dun dun. I see what you meant by this episode.
Yeah, right? The fun one.
Freaky Friday in space.
Yep.
God, it's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Me too. I saw the Lindsay Lohan version.
Wait, there's more than one? I mean, I know the
there's
Lindsay Lohan version.
There's a few.
Oh, damn.
That's not even the original, the Lindsay Lohan version.
Oh, shit.
But, this is a common trope in, like, every fan. In fact, the original series did it in the last season. I just finished binging the original series, and one of the last episodes had Kirk and one of his old, many old flames, who was really pissed off because he made captain and she didn't, because she's not allowed to be captain, because apparently there is sexism in the future.
Yeah, shocking.
Right? Especially when you're in the actual time is the 60s. But yeah, she swapped places with him, like switched bodies, but everybody figured it out, and it's like, no, I really am Captain Kirk. And like tried to court-martial Spock for figuring it out, and like nobody talked to her. She needs to be executed for this treason. It's like, we don't execute people. I don't care. And like just completely off the rails. I love body swaps. They're hilarious. I'm actually on writing a body swap for Unit where Sam and Osgood get their brains swapped during a transmat malfunction.
Now, okay, so I'm probably getting the thing wrong, but what's this about her turning into a salamander or whatever it was?
Oh, that was a Voyager episode where they reached Warp 10, but because of reaching Warp 10, yes, Threshold, it's the episode that everybody tries to forget. Basically what happened was, by reaching Warp 10, passing Warp 10 threshold, the Tom Paris ended up mutating. For a moment there, we thought he was a Time Lord because he had two hearts. But then he started like evolving into a salamander, and he kidnapped the Captain Janeway, and brought her along on the trip so that she could mutate too and be his mate. And they had little salamander babies and left them on the planet that they were on when they were beamed aboard and forced back through the threshold to be turned back normal.
Okay, so I'm guessing...
It's not one of the best episodes.
Okay, sure. As I get it, as you put it, they weren't cute little holding the palm of your hand. They were like human-sized.
They were human-sized, slimy. And they weren't really salamanders. They were like...
That's less cute than I thought it would be.
Komodo dragon-esque, but not quite as cute as Komodo dragons.
Damn, I was more hoping for a cute little salamander that you could pick up.
No. These were like human-sized, and it was a mental episode.
I bet.
Yeah. It is one of those. We don't talk about Threshold. No. That actually worked really well.
It did. See, okay, here's my solution. If I were to switch bodies, but the person I'm switching body with is like a very, very important person, right? I'd be like, I have the runs. Do not bother me for the rest of the day. And they'd be like, oh, okay.
No, because then if you have the runs, you'd go to sick bay.
The sick bay have toilets? Oh, yeah, goddamn. I forgot this was the future.
Yeah, they can just fix that.
I'm extremely horny. Stay away from me. Yeah,
it is Ponfar. It is my Ponfar. Actually, they've had an episode where a non-Vulcan got Ponfar. Also in Voyager. B'Elanna got Ponfar because she was because a Vulcan crew member, Varric, had decided to claim her as a mate, but she's like, no thanks, and she chose Tom as her mate. This was before they even started dating, though, but or right as they started dating, something around that time, like early in their relationship or right before their relationship. And it's funny because Varric, because the combination of Klingon like blood fever and the Vulcan Ponfar just like made her go completely psycho. She like took a chunk out of Tom's cheek, like try to claim him, and they had this like wrestling match basically, because one of the things about Ponfar is you either have to kill somebody or shed.
Oh, why not both?
You could do both if you're a serial killer, but
I mean, it's called the praying mantis method.
True. I was thinking the other way around, but hey, do you. Which apparently does not satiate it. I don't know why. No, I'm saying you do you. Masturbation doesn't satiate it. But anyways, yeah, she like went psycho and they fought, and he beat her, so he claimed her, and then I guess off screen they had a bit of fun, maybe. Either way, the blood fever ran its course and they hooked up. Which is why I think a Vulcan Klingon hybrid would be the coolest and most terrifying thing ever.
I find that weird that's not already a thing.
Well, Vulcans tend not to stray very far from, romantically. We've had Vulcan and human, but also Klingons do smell, and Vulcans have heightened senses. But it has been noted, particularly in Next Generation, because, Worf. But because Klingons are a warrior caste race, they tend to, like, smell very strongly of, like, sweat and aggression. So,
Why? Why am I just thinking of Klingon branded cologne aggression?
No.
Like Calvin Klingon.
Fatness body spray. Fatness body spray.
Oh, God.
The scent of the warrior.
Oh, okay,
You
that.
don't get a chance to kill 1,000 enemies. You can smell like you have.
Okay, that scene when Janeway meets Janeway was kind of cute.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm you, but better. It's kind of nice to see that the diviner has a little bit of a heart.
Well, the diviner has a heart. The whole reason he's doing this is to save his people. Like, he has a heart. He's not like some evil villain trying to destroy Starfleet because out of just, I want to conquer the universe or anything stupid like that.
That's true.
He wants to defeat Starfleet to protect his people who were wiped out by Starfleet. Inadvertently, but his people believe that Starfleet was the cause. And because of that, he wants to save his people.
Yeah.
So he's always had a heart. It's just his heart was in the wrong place.
Yeah, I'd be like, I was just come to the past, like, hey, you guys are gonna like visit our planet in like a couple of years or whatever, so right? Please don't.
Well, you know, time travel in general is illegal.
True.
And also, when you're in that situation, you don't think clearly.
That's
like
true.
You just watched your entire planet get destroyed by a war caused by what you believe is caused by another race that you assume is, this race is evil and came there just to wipe you out. Your thoughts are not on, hey, let's negotiate. Your thoughts are on, let's go back and stop them before they fuck us over. I mean, how many times have you been like gotten back in time? No, how many times you can go back in time? Because no, we can't go back in time. That's against the Temporal Prime Directive. I mean, there's no such thing as Temporal Prime Directive. No. Temporal investigations are not going to have a field day. They have no evidence. I mean, what were we saying?
No idea. Pizza.
Yeah, pizza. Pizza's good. Unless it has that fake cheese.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all for suitable vegetarian alternatives, and I like vegetarian meat. A lot of that fake meat is really good, but fake cheese is not good.
Now, it's kind of sad. I know it's going to happen because I can already see it. But for now, I'm going to say it's kind of sad that, Dal is going to be able to be Starfleet because he's like an abomination.
Yeah,
but they're probably going to be like, hey, you saved us like really big time, so we're going to let you slide.
Yeah, it's really sad. Like, to the whole concept of, in this advanced race, I get the premise. You don't want to reward people who, the Bashir exception. Exactly.
Huh?
Oh, Julian Bashir was the doctor in Deep Space Nine, and he was an augment. But because he didn't find out he was an augment until later, and nobody else knew he was an augment, and the augmentations weren't so obvious that everybody knew.
Fair enough.
Once it was discovered that he was an augment, they're like,
Death to you.
What? We're gonna let you stay. You're good. Basically. So maybe because of the, you're saying maybe because of all the how hard he worked to help them. And I mean, he's the only person who Kobayashi Maru without cheating. Kobayashi Maru. Why did I say Kubi? Kobayashi. He's the only one who actually passed the Kobayashi Maru without cheating. Think about that. Even Kirk had to cheat to pass it. But this kid managed it.
Damn.
And not out of being especially smart or especially skilled. He passed it by persevering, by
doing it like 1,000 times.
I failed. Fuck this, one more time.
It's like the episode of Lower Decks.
Yeah, exactly.
We got a perfect score.
I am going to get that perfect score. Exactly. And that perseverance is something that is appreciated in Starfleet. He doesn't believe in a no-win scenario. True. I mean, so many Starfleet captains don't, which is why the Kobayashi Maru was created in the first. Hello?
Okay, sorry. Scared me for a second.
No, I said which is why Kobayashi Maru was created in the first place, because sometimes you can't win. Sometimes there is no good option. It is, one bad option or another.
Yep, and when I run into the I can't win scenario, I go with plan B, mutually assured destruction. If I'm going down, you're coming with me.
This is why you are not Starfleet material.
Oh, I know. I'd be Klingon material, though.
Yeah, no.
Oh, come on. If they were losing, they would bring you down with them.
They would bring you down. Okay, there is a difference between losing and no-win scenario.
Yeah, true.
Because a no-win scenario is more, there is no right option, and you can't save everyone.
Yeah. I guess, a perfect example of that would be, unless you're, like, really, really good, chess. Because it's pretty much impossible to save all your pieces in chess.
Oh, definitely. It is impossible. I don't think, unless you have a really bad...
It was like, dude, you just suck.
Yeah, unless you have a really bad opponent, like, you can't save all your chess pieces.
Yeah.
But people have chess pieces, and most humanoid beings tend to want to save everyone. Unless they follow Sarek and realize that the needs of the many do outweigh the needs of the few.
Yeah, but the stuff I'll say later. One thing though, it wasn't okay. So that spacewalk thing was kind of confusing.
Why?
So, okay, so let me put an example. Okay, so let's say you're driving in a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
The car's going really fast, right? You toss something out that window of the car, the thing goes whee! So why didn't Janeway and Dal go whee the moment they stepped outside?
Because they had tethers.
I mean, after like they jumped off the ship, to do the finger touch thing, because Janeway and Dal's body had the slime guy tether, but
Warp bubble.
oh, I guess the warp.
The warp bubble, because warp travel is not actually traveling faster than light, because nothing can travel faster than light.
I thought it was close to light speed.
No. Because even if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you thousands of years to go between it. It would take you hundreds of years just to get to the nearest star. So warp travel is a distortion of space-time using gravitational waves. Basically, what the theory of warp travel is, and Einstein actually proposed this, is, yes, exactly. You fold the space around you so that the space between locations is shorter. Instead of... So the concept of gravity altering space-time is, picture a stretch of, like a trampoline type fabric.
Yeah.
And you drop a ball in there.
Boing.
And that fabric is space-time, and you see how it bends around the object. That is gravity. And so the faster you move, the more you're bending gravity. But also, by using that gravity to bend the space-time, you are moving the locations closer together. Those 2 points are getting closer together.
Makes sense.
So by using the antimatter-matter explosion in the warp core to create a warp bubble, you are essentially creating a massive gravitational field that pulls space to you.
Space. The final frontier.
I just finished binging the original series, so...
Nice.
And then right after that, because I was watching it on Netflix, because I was using a VPN, and I'm not actually in the UK.
Are you sure?
I'm not actually always good, okay. I finished watching Netflix, and the next thing up was Evolution, so I watched Evolution too, because it's been a while, and I love that movie.
It's such a good movie.
It is.
Oh, another thing I was going to say about their spacewalk. See, it wasn't the spacewalk that got Janeway put in detention or holding cell or whatever. It was the fact that she spit out coffee.
Yeah.
Then they knew something was up. It's like, wait. Janeway never spit out coffee. It's like drink this for Pete's sake.
Yeah.
Which makes me also think, it's like, so Dal was in Janeway's body. So, like, why did he, like, still spit it out? Because that body would still like that taste of coffee. Wouldn't it?
Liking things are not necessarily tied to the physiological as much as the neurological. Like, think about it this way. Your favorite color is
dark blue. Well, midnight blue.
Yeah, I was actually gonna say blue, but your favorite color is blue.
Yeah.
And you swap bodies to another you swap bodies with someone else. You can't swap bodies with me because my favorite color is blue too. You swap bodies with Dex,
who's also blue.
We are the worst. Well, I am not Osgood.
Let's see. Dex is typing. His favorite color is
pink. Viridian.
Whatever it is, it's a really long color.
Viridian.
One second.
It's green.
Like
verdant.
Yeah. That's a good color. Yeah, my first color is midnight blue. Second color would be purple.
But the point is, that's actually kind of a hard thing to say, because do you actually see things the same way as other people?
Yeah, I've heard of that thing.
Is my green your green?
Yeah.
But take
a
differential into effect. Your favorite color is blue. His favorite color is green. Basically, I know Viridian. I mean, I'm just in midnight blue. I'm using the generalization of colors. But you swap bodies. Your personality is now in his body. Your personality likes green. Your personality likes leggings. His personality does not. His personality likes green, you like blue. So in his body, you start wearing leggings and start liking blue instead of green, and somebody knows what's up. Although, I mean, Dex in a frilly skirt and leggings would be hilarious. He's like, hell no.
There was an episode,
and I'm sorry, Dex, but I like skirts and leggings too, so you'd be screwed either swap.
There was an episode of The Flash that also did like a body swap thing.
They did body swaps everywhere.
Yeah, but this one wasn't a normal body swap. Oh. What?
Why do I end up with cross-dressing or cross-dressing characters on here? Because either way, whether you swap with me or Maydrock, either way, we both like skirts and leggings.
So like in the show, they didn't exactly like switch bodies. They switched lives. Like they were still in their same bodies, but everything that happened to one of them, that happened to the other, just switched. Which is a concept I don't really see that often.
No, not really. I mean, it does happen in a lot of cases. In some cases, they go for the Quantum Leap route where...
Oh, I love that show.
Me too.
Wow.
Have you seen the reboot yet?
There's a reboot?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Nah, I haven't. I'll have to check it out.
Maybe we could review it later. Because this one's almost over.
Sad.
I know. But I mean, it's a good series, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, sometimes they go for the Quantum Leap version where everybody sees them as opposites, but you see, the viewer and the person see themselves as themselves.
Oh, yeah.
except maybe when looking in a mirror, which is another weird thing, like concept with like Quantum Leap and stuff. Does Sam Beckett, and then later Ben Song, his in the reboot, but do they see themselves in their proprioception as themselves, or do they see themselves as the person they're becoming? Because if you think about it, in earlier episodes, I mean, like before Sam just stopped, changing when he left, he looked in the mirror and he saw the person he was taking the form of.
Yeah.
And in at least the extended universe, the books and stuff, they referenced the fact that Sam Beckett's body is in their time with, when he took the life of a child. That's my job. No. When he took the, became a child, leapt into a child's form, that child was then in Sam's body. So what does that do to your proprioception? Because think about it, you're so used to being in the body you're in that when you alter that in some way, like you have an injury or you lose the use of a limb for some reason or anything like that, you wear the lift shoes, what do they call them, platforms, something like that changes your proprioception of yourself. Like that changes where you are in relation to everything else, and therefore it makes you clumsier. Like you have to get used to that. So when Sam leaps into bodies and stuff, does he have to go through that proprioception adjustment, or does he still see himself? Like when you look at your hand, does he see his hand, or does he see the hand of the person that he is in?
That's true. I don't know. Like because I always,
when we see him and everything, he is, Sam Beckett,
yeah,
Captain Archer.
And also like that episode of Warehouse 13 where they use that machine. But I always make the joke that says if anybody switched bodies with me, they would just be like, it hurts everywhere. How do you live? Like perseverance.
That's okay, me too. I did address I do love it when they address the concept of, needing to adjust to the body, because especially when you gender swap too, it's like, don't look. What if you gotta pee?
Do it with the lights off. Or hold it.
It's like, you sit down so you don't look.
Ugh.
But I think as a general characteristic rule, this is sexist the way I'm saying it, because it's generalizing, which generalizing is always, going to be biased towards or against one.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the whole concept of generalization. But I think females would have a more difficult time with gender swapping unless they are really comfortable in their own bodies, which like most females aren't. But like, because do not look at my body. Do not look down. Do not touch your boobs.
Yeah.
Actually, there was there was an anime called Your Name where
your name in summer or like something like that. Yeah, I think I've heard of
just
it.
Your Name.
Oh.
The anime is just Your Name, not no other thing, just those two words. It's
okay.
This boy and this girl were swapping bodies and like didn't realize it until they started reading the notes they left each other. And for a little bit, it's just, like confusion because they think it's just a dream, blah, blah, blah. And when the boy swaps into the girl's body, he's like fondling himself. He's like, what the, I got boobs? What the hell? And so he's like squishing his boobs and stuff. And her little sister walks in and is like, what are you doing?
I mean, your parents walk in like, what are you watching?
I mean, my dad is dead.
I mean, parents in general.
Like, my dad would have been watching it with me, honestly. But yeah, so he had quite a hentai collection. So that would be the least weird anime he's seen. Plus, we've watched Evangelion together. But yeah, I enjoyed the fact that they addressed that in there because it's like, whoa, what? Different body. And I think if I remember correctly, the girl did have issues peeing because it's like,
how do I control this?
Basically, like, what, why do I?
Well, see, the trick is you gotta hold it to build up pressure and just let it blast all at once.
Actually, what I do too. But I mean, mostly because the concept of unless you are trans or unless you are gender fluid or something like that, where you are more open to the concept of gender swaps, I think females would have a little more difficulty adjusting to a male body than a male would to a female body.
I think for me,
although there is the adjustment because boobs are heavy.
Oh, they are.
You get real top heavy.
I think for me, if I woke up and I was like opposite body gender, like boobs and everything, I would just be like, and go back to bed.
Yeah.
It's like it's something out of my control happened to me. I can't do anything about it, so like, eh. And then I wake up a little bit later and start on OnlyFans. Kidding.
Bruh, I got hit by a car and still went to work.
Yeah.
I am just like, I'll live with it.
I would have to explain to some people though, unless it ended up like everybody's like memory of me got changed. I would prefer that instead of just going to work and says, "You have boobs." Like, yeah. I think a witch cursed me.
Well, I mean, unless it's the Freaky Friday situation, like, here where they think you're someone else.
True. See what else on this magical episode? We talk about that. Talk about this. Nothing
He's
really.
Ow.
1 second. Nothing really special happened with the other characters.
No, not. It was a very Dell-centric episode.
Yeah.
Like, the entire episode basically was Dell and Janeway.
The Dalway
And-
episode.
Yeah. Oh, God, don't. No. Like Twilestia. No.
Hey. You know somebody has already drawn art of it.
No, that's like Twilestia. Ugh. Or like Osgood and Kate. No, you don't know. Even Dex was like, no.
Hey. First of all, I didn't say Dallas and shipping them. Your mind went there. Mine did not. So that's all on you. You brought that upon yourselves.
Hollow Janeway is the second closest thing he had to a mother aside from that Ferengi lady. She is the best mother figure he's ever had. No shippy.
Hey, your mind went there. Mine didn't.
You gave them a ship name.
Because it was an episode about them too. I was just making a shorthand.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, I go commission an art piece.
No.
Kidding.
No Dalway. No.
Ugh. But you're right. The only two characters that should be shipped together are Dal and Jake and Puck.
I mean, that one would be a little more acceptable, honestly. I still don't see it, but, honestly, the real ship in that series is the Protostar. No, the real couple in that series is Rock Tuck and Murph.
Yeah.
That's the true ship. And then, of course, Dal and Gwen, but that's the obvious one.
Yeah.
But wait, does that mean Zero and Jacob get paired off?
Ugh. Although, part of me could see it.
And then you'd go mad.
Yes.
Because seeing a Medusan makes you go mad.
Mad with passion. No, just mad.
A mechanical arm match.
Yeah.
Hey, does that mean that they hang out with Bucky Barnes?
Probably. No, because the raccoon stole his arm.
No. He had a new one made in Wakanda.
Oh, yeah.
A badass vibranium one. Oh, and Edward Elric, yep.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly, Edward and Jacob would be the best pairing. Think about it. Two short guys with mechanical arms who hate being short.
No, they'd just be like comparing each other. It's like, I'm taller than you. No, you're not.
They're like standing on tiptoes, just like climbing up on things. No, I'm taller. No, I'm tall. Get down from there! Us and our crossovers.
And damn, can Murph stretch?
Yeah. Into the next week.
Nah, I was just thinking of something. So, you know when you kind of like take like a rubber band, right, and like stretch it really far and like play music on it?
Oh, God.
You should do that to Murph. It's like dum 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 dum.
If you're at a party on the Starship Protostar and the karaoke player just plain old up and dies.
I swear though, like Murph is the MVP because if he wasn't there, they would have failed like a long time ago.
Oh yeah, Murph is badass.
It's like go Murph.
Like you always have the you have the captain and you have the like all the main crew and stuff, and then you have that one character who doesn't get a whole lot of like attention and focus placed on them, but they just totally save the day, dominate those, and just are the real heroes that are in the background. And that's Murph.
Huh. So I'm like reading info about Murph, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it says Murph is a next generation Easter egg. Like, what does that mean exactly? The adorable
reference to Next Generation.
Oh, I know that, but like, what kind of Easter egg though? The adorable blue-purple goo creature called Murph, voiced by D. Bradley Baker, has been a slimy puzzle since Prodigy began in 2021. Murph is indestructible and communicates through unintelligible coos and gurgles. Huh. I guess I'll have to find out.
The melanoid slime worm is a gelatinous life form. Let's see. So the Star Trek reference to it is, while taking the Starfleet Academy exam on Relva 7 in 2364, Wesley Crusher bumped into a Zaldun named Rondon, who insulted him by calling him a Bulgian sludge rat and a melanoid slime worm. Crusher realized that he was being tested on his ability to interact with other cultures and species, and that the appropriate way for him to respond to a Zaldun was to bluntly confront him. Nearly indestructible slime worms were... these are all references to the Prodigy now. But... Oh! According to Aaron Walk, the look of Murph was inspired by Portuguese man-of-wars and nudibranchs. I could see that. Murph does kind of look like a little nudibranch.
Aww.
Hey, nudibranchs are gorgeous, adorable.
I know.
Sea slugs.
They are. And I remember that picture.
Oh, the nudibranch.
Let's see.
I ended up giving it to a Ninja Turtle.
No.
Literally, because I didn't have anything drawn to give them. And so, because I had already had, and I was getting stuff signed, but it is tradition for me to give the actor something as well as like get something signed, but I didn't have time to copy the item, the thing I was getting signed. So I just gave them some of my other artwork. And so I gave the actor who voiced Donatello in the original series the Nudie Bronc one because, you know, Donatello is the smartest turtle and blah, blah, blah. And it was the most intelligent, you know, drawing. And I honestly had to explain it to him because the term nudie bronc is not something apparently in most people's vernacular. And so I'm like, yeah. So I had to explain it to him, and then he found it amusing.
So, we got anything more of this lovely episode?
Not that I can think of, Dex. Aside from the fact that drinking black coffee as strong as Janeway drinks it, I do not blame Dal for spitting it out.
Same.
But
as your doctor, drink it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that thing. It's like, as your doctor, I order you to drink coffee. You're not being yourself. It's kind of like those Snickers commercials, but with coffee.
Oh, God.
It's like, have a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. It's like, have a coffee. You're not you when you're decaffeinated.
So, okay. So before we end, so I'm guessing next episode's a two-parter.
Yes.
Should we do one part next week, the other part the next week, or should we just do both parts?
I think it would be better to do both parts because they do go tightly together.
Okay, both parts it is then. There'll be extra long review, maybe.
Maybe.
Anyways,
Meta.
thank you for watching, everybody. Hopefully see you next week. Oh.